Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video. I'm once again in Valheim, and this time around, and this is slightly overdue but better late than never, I'm going to show you a easy method for taming the wolves. Now before we get into it, we'll need a couple of things. Of course, this will happen in the mountain biome, so we will need some type of wolf armor if you don't already have it. However, you can also use the frost mead, and we'll need, of course, a pick and a hoe. Of course, if you have access to the frost resistance meat, then use that. Once you find a wolf that you want to tame, we're going to basically build a trap far away from it. We're going to use the pickaxe because it does not require any resources. We do need some stamina, and we're going to dig as deep as we can go. I strongly suggest that you clear the area out of any hostile NPCs before you do this, and I also strongly suggest that you do it at a fairly large distance from the wolf that you want to tame. Now the wolf I want to tame is of course a 2-star wolf, so that does make it a powerful wolf, and later on I will be breeding it so that I have an army of 2-star wolves. Of course, this is going to be quite useful for quite a few things. Now we want to build outwards in a line like I did here, like you see here, but we want to do it as a ramp. Now of course, for some odd reason, sometimes the game will build upwards or will cover the depth, the maximum depth that you have dug down at. So if that's the case, just continue digging downwards. We want to go as deep as we can, so that's probably about the maximum depth. And then we're just going to ramp it upwards in a slope, in a ramp if you want to call it that, because we are going to kite the wolf that we want to tame into this trench. But of course, before we do that, we will need some wood to set our trap and stuff. We don't need a crazy amount, but we just need enough to set down several floor pieces, a workbench, and some gates. And that's pretty much it. The trap in this respect is pretty much sorted, and the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to find some floor pieces. We'll just use the wooden floor pieces, and of course before we do that we need to set down a workbench, so we'll do that. We'll place it like this. This is a temporary workbench that will allow us to then place these right here. Again, these first floor pieces again are temporary, so we will get the materials back from placing them downwards. But on top of these, we will have the workbench, which in turn will allow us to place down the gateways, the gates, when we kite, or when we're finished kiting the wolf that we want in this trap. So obviously now we need to get up here. This can be a bit fiddly at times, so I'm just going to snap it from here because sometimes it's easier doing it this way. As I said, this is just a temporary, well, this is more the permanent stuff, because over here we will have, I'll pick up these pieces. That was just for measurement purposes and stuff. So over here we will have the bench. Now you can enclose the workbench if you want to do that. I strongly suggest you do that if you're going to use it for repairs. The only reason we're placing the workbench down here is as this will allow us to kind of lock the wolf in and de-aggro him with the use of gates. So let's do this, and there is a reason to my madness. So basically what we'll do is once we kite the wolf in, we'll place a gate kind of like this. So as you can see, it's wide enough for gate, and then the wolf will aggro onto that gate, and in between the wolf and the gate it's already aggroed to, we'll place another gate, and somehow that mechanic seems to de-aggro the wolf. Now we will have a gate placed down already that we will shut behind the wolf. That will basically grab the wolf's attention until we are ready to place down the next gate. We might need to place down 2 gates because the wolf does do a lot of damage, especially if it is a 2-star wolf, so they will go through the gates pretty quickly, just as a note there. So idea is we're going to pull the wolf in this way, we're going to shut the gate, we're going to run up the wall. You can run up the wall by sprinting and jumping. Then whilst that happens, the wolf will basically attack this gate, which will probably destroy it as well. And that allows us time to get our tools ready and place down 2 more gates. So here is the wolf that I want. It's following me. It's right there behind me. I'm going to open up the gate. I'm just going to give it time to be right behind me. I'm going to take a couple of hits. As you can see, it's already aggroed onto the gate. That's fine. No biggie. The idea of the gate... Oh, no. Okay. It's re-aggroed onto me, so we'll just go down this way. As you can see, this actually allows us to readjust. I'm just going to go back up here. Whilst the wolf is busy with the gate, I'm going to get my tools ready. Now, if I run away, as you can see, the wolf doesn't de-aggro, and it will break the gate by the time I get out of its aggro range. So there's no point in doing that. As you can see, it's still got the exclamation mark above its head, meaning it's still in aggro mode. So place a gate down there to already destroy the gate. That will pull its attention. And right behind it, I'm actually going to place another one there because I don't want it straight underneath the... There we go. We'll do that there. Like that. It'll aggro the wolf and run right behind it like that. And notice that it's already lost the aggro. So basically that's what we're aiming for. Basically going to need about 3-4 gates just in order to move it to a location where we can then start chucking food at it. Once you've got it locked, you want to sneak around the trap. You don't want it to re-aggro. And we're just going to drop some raw meat in between those gates, and that should feed the wolf. It should take about 2-3 days in-game time to tame the wolf. And remember to sneak around. This is a very important thing. We don't want to re-aggro the wolf. We don't want to get too close to the edge because we don't want the wolf to aggro back on us. It's now doing its own thing between the two gates right there. So of course sometimes throwing stuff is a bit derpy. I'm going to pick up the meat and try and throw it this way. There's another way to throw it, so basically just aim for the wall, bounce it off the wall inside the taming pen. So that's one way of doing it. Of course, if you're in a rush, it works. However, I don't recommend that you rush it. You do want to throw it in there. And I normally tend to throw multiple pieces just so that way it doesn't really matter where the wolf's facing. It will have food right up its nose and it will be more likely to eat it. And from this point forward, it's basically just waiting it out. So I suggest maybe setting a fob, and I didn't need to open that. As you can see, it started eating. We've got the green hearts coming out of it. Now we just leave it alone and do our own thing. So at this point, maybe set down a campfire, maybe set down a little bed and stuff like that. I would probably suggest you do this at some distance from the trap. So, you know, you don't really want to re-aggro the wolf. As you saw, it doesn't take very many hits for it to destroy the gate. And I've done this quite a few times, and I can say that it consistently works. It does consistently de-aggro the wolf. Once you have tamed it, as you saw there, with a bit of patience, just basically remove the gates either way or open them. It makes no difference. The trap served its purpose, and it's unlikely that we will get another 2-star wolf. And if you have one 2-star wolf and any other random wolf, you can then in time end up breeding loads of 2-star wolves. This is quite useful because they are powerful in a pack, and you can actually use this in boss battles as well, so that's quite important to keep in mind. Of course, you can put it up against other NPCs. And that's pretty much it. That's how easy it is to tame a wolf. Of course, this does happen in the snow biome. It is ridiculously cold, so having the frost resistance meat, if that is what you have access to, will help. Of course, you can also farm these guys for the fur that they drop, so I'd probably get a 2-star wolf and any other wolf that you can get, breed them until you have 2-star wolves, and just continuously breed those over and over again for the fur and the meat. You'll get loads of meat, loads of fur, and then this will allow you to move around in the snow biome. But also the 2-star wolves are very powerful, as you will have seen in a video. If you haven't seen that video, I strongly suggest you look at it, because I do use the wolves to take on Yoggoth, which is the final boss as of this current build, and they do a really good job and take them down ridiculously quick. And breeding these things is not all that complicated. I'll have a video for that as well. With that being said and done, that is pretty much it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please don't forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethum Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description. And until next time, stay safe, folks.